Chances are that you're going to experience an audition or interview sometime in your life. No matter the occasion, there are a few things that you should avoid saying. But answer this question. Have you ever been to an interview of some sort and fumble on a question? Say something and mentally cringe, wishing you could press the undo button? Been there, done that. Here's the thing though. You've probably been making all these accidental interview mistakes as well. These are some of the most common mistakes, but also the easiest to avoid. That's why in this video, we're going to talk about the 7 of the worst things you can say during an interview and the number 1 way to ace an interview with the best answers. Number 1 is, I don't have any weaknesses. You will always get the question, what's your biggest weakness? Or at least, what was your biggest struggle? Never say nothing. If you honestly think this is the answer, then you're too blind to see your flaws or hiding something. The other version of this horrible answer is to fake your weakness, like saying, I'm a perfectionist. Come on, that's not a real weakness and you're just showing off. Your interviewer asked this question because they want to see if you're honest and if that weakness is going to be a future problem. The solution is to give a real weakness and then own up to it, framing it in a way that won't affect your performance daily. For example, you can say something like, I get confused when I multitask with multiple projects, so I work on focusing at one thing at a time. So far, it seems to work. Number 2 is, it's on my resume. So your interviewer may say something like, when's the last time you had a role like this? Do not tell them to check the resume. The reason why the interviewer asks this question is because they don't want it to feel like an interview. They want to keep it casual. Telling the interviewer to check your resume is a great way to kill rapport. One interviewer even went as far as to state, when I'm in a hiring position, I'm scanning dozens or even hundreds of resumes. Either I don't remember or I want to find out if you remember what your own resume looks like. The solution is to use this opportunity to recall past experiences and also build rapport. Talk in a conversational tone and connect with the interviewer. Number 3 is, I hate my last job, opportunity, or boss. Chances are that your interviewer might ask a question about your previous employment or experiences. Avoid negativity at all costs. There's a phenomenon called spontaneous trait transference. When you talk negatively about something, the other person's brain associates those traits with you, even if you're mentioning something or someone else. For example, I can say something like, she was so lazy. The trait lazy is immediately applied to me in your head. Next time you think of me, you might also think of lazy. So avoid words like hate, bad, or terrible. Also, whatever your previous situation, now is not the time to start throwing daggers. After all, if you end up getting this job and quitting, the last thing the company wants is you speaking badly about them. Plus, being angry shows your bad side, which makes a horrible first impression. The solution is to focus on framing. Instead of telling them how bad your last experience was, try framing it into a position where you're in the good light. For example, you can say something as simple as, it wasn't a great fit, or I didn't have the space to showcase my strengths. Either way, try to stay positive. Number 4 is, I don't have any questions. At the end of an interview, you will likely be asked if you have any questions for the interviewer. Don't ever tell them that you don't have any questions. This is your chance to clear anything up. Don't ever say that you don't have anything to ask. The solution is to always have a question or 2 ready. Asking final questions shows that the interviewer that you are curious and interested in the offer. Also, avoid asking questions that you can Google or are publicly known already. Number 5 is, I don't know. If you've ever been asked a tough question, this is probably something you'd say. Your thought process would be like, 1, what do I say? 2, should I lie? 3, what does that even mean? And then finally you settle on the I don't know. This response is deadly because it's an instant conversation killer. After I don't know, you're telling them that you're incompetent. The solution is to add a qualifier or a condition. If you don't know, the best thing to do is just tell them. Say something like, I don't know, but I faced a similar situation when, or I don't know, but I try to do it like this. By adding a condition, you're showing that you're eager to learn and grow in the future. Number 6 is, you can get rid of me anytime. This is both one of the funniest and worst things to ever say. Potential candidates can say something like, oh, I know I'm not the best, you can get rid of me anytime, and then shoot themselves in the foot. The solution is to be competent. Even if you're just acting, act as if you belong. And finally, number 7. What's your name again? The very last thing you want to do is forget the interviewer's name. Knowing their name can make a huge impact. It can also be more impressive if they have a harder to pronounce name, for example. If you know who the person is beforehand, practice memorizing it, practice pronouncing it, practice saying it out loud. If you're meeting someone for the first time, practice repeating their name back to them, like, "It's a pleasure to meet you, blank." Now finally, what's the number one way to ace any type of interview or audition? Be prepared. It sounds so simple, but it's so true. Research the company, club, or organization. Prepare yourself for common questions and work on your delivery. I hope you learned the do's and don'ts of what to say during an interview. Thank you for watching this video, and for more videos like this, please consider subscribing to the Success Bistro.